If you want to know what's going on in Rockingham County government, check out Rockingham County 411. If you're interested in county governmental programs, projects, and services, don't miss Rockingham County 411. Public Information Officer Mabel Scott will share important, crucial news you can use with Rockingham County 411.
Rockingham County 411, you're in a good place, and the good place includes Rockingham County Youth Services, and we have two ladies with us today. They're going to tell us some exciting things that they're doing. We have Tara Muccini, who is the Director of Youth Services, and Andrea Shepard, the Transitions Program Coordinator. First, tell us all about Rockingham County Youth Services.
Well, we're a department of county government that provides prevention and intervention programming to the youth of the county, particularly youth who are involved with juvenile justice and those who are involved with DSS. We also get lots of referrals from the school system and from parents. We exist to help those who are at risk or who could be. We have a variety of programs. Our largest program is our counseling program. We do family and individual counseling. We have licensed counselors on staff that do that. We have a community service and restitution program where we do all the community service and restitution for juvenile court for those youth that are ordered to do that. We have a teen court program, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is an alternative court setting for youth who are first offenders that have committed a misdemeanor offense and plead guilty. They can opt to go through teen court instead of juvenile court, where they are tried by a court of their peers, where everyone in the courtroom is a trained teenager. The jury, the clerk, the bailiffs, the attorneys, and we have a real judge who's a sitting judge that holds court for us. So we have that program. We have parenting classes for the community that we've had for 20 years, so we continue to offer those. We have a program called Students of Success that is an after-school program for middle schoolers, prevention program. We have a program called Fresh Start, which is specifically for court-involved youth. It's intensive family treatment. That's a 16-week program. I'm trying to think what else, Mabel. We have our newest program is our Transitions program. That's what we want to talk to you about today.
Now, during the pandemic, tell us how you've adapted to that and the restrictions presented by the pandemic with all of these outside interactions that you all have in the community with young people.
It's been difficult, just like every agency struggled, but we're really thankful for technology that has really enabled us to keep contact with our youth and their parents, and that's really how we've continued to keep contact with them. So our counselors are doing sessions virtually, telehealth sessions, just like people are doing with their physician, we actually didn't hold teen court for months because the courthouse was shut down. When they opened, we were able to hold court again, so that was delayed for some time. Our community service work sites have not been open, but we are allowing kids to do those community service hours in alternative settings, like helping a neighbor, mowing the yard for someone down the street, helping their parents with some kind of extra chore. We're giving them credit for that. We're trying to be creative so that the kids can still complete their requirements and receive the treatment that they need.
Stay busy.
Yes, we
Doing
do.
positive things.
That's right. That's what we're trying to do.
So, talking about being positive, tell us about the real world event.
Okay, can I back up and tell you about Transitions? And
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
So Transitions is our newest program, and it started in January of this year.
Okay.
The juvenile age raised December 1st, 2019 to 18. It was 16. North Carolina voted to raise it to 18. We're the last state in the union to do so, I believe. So now the juvenile age is 18, and with that, the legislature allocated additional dollars to programs like us to serve those older kids. And so we started a program called Transitions. We looked around the community and said, where's the gap and where can we help with some things these kids need? So Transitions is a program that helps kids transition from adolescence to adulthood. So we are targeting kids who are 15 to 18 who are either going to be in foster care when they are 18. We know that. So they're not going to have parents help them transition. They're involved with juvenile justice, or they just have other life factors that present themselves that are going to make this transition difficult. So Andrea is our coordinator for that program, and the youth that are in it go through 4 different modules. We go over financial planning, we go over communication skills, and these are in-depth like curriculums, lessons that they go through, how to get and keep a job, and independent living. So really applicable things. And it culminates in the real world event, which is what you asked about. I'm going to let Andrea answer that.
And those are skills we all need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
You want to mention those again? Communications,
Communication,
money,
financial
I heard that
literacy,
one. Yes.
getting and keeping a job,
Yes.
and independent living. How to get an apartment, how to function if you don't have a car, those kind of things.
Getting a checkbook.
Yes.
Right, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Getting a bank account. How do you?
Bank-
Yes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes. So, so let me just tell you the purpose of
Okay.
the real world. Really, it is very clear. It's to teach these kids to recognize that life involves decisions, and those decisions impact their future. So that's like one of the purposes I really want to make clear to them. The next is that the importance of education. I think a lot of these kids don't get that from anybody. They don't realize that how important education is to them. So the continuing education, whatever that means for them, and how that ties directly to their income and how they would make money. And then the last one is that it motivates them, and it motivates them to want to transition into the real world, like when they go through this. So what is the real world? Let me back up. The real world is this simulation for one day where the kids get to come into an exhibit. Each booth has, whether it's finance, banking, insurance, how buying a house or rental, how they get a job. It would be also, I want to hit on transportation. How am I going to get around? Because a lot of these kids think they're going to buy the Lamborghini and drive it down the road, but there's costs that go with that. And so the real world lets them enact in that. They'll have a budget sheet that they will use to go through each exhibit and purchase the items that they would need to live for that month. And they see very quickly that basically if they don't have the right education that lands the right job, their idea for, for their life is completely skewed and different,
Buying that Lamborghini.
Right, it's not real.
And when you look at the insurance and
Right, and they have to go through
the
every single
maintenance.
one. Yes. So they see that, and even in the real world, we'll throw in strange things, not really strange, but real life experience, like you may get pregnant, or you may get somebody pregnant. And so now you have to figure out, how am I going to afford to pay for this child? And housing changes, and daycare now becomes an issue, and food becomes more of an issue.
And diapers.
And diapers, yeah, I didn't even think of that one. All right, to add that, yes, it's
Diapers,
true, right?
yes.
It's things that they have to think about. And so I kind of got excited and I got ahead of myself, but the real world is basically broken into 2 parts. There's a morning session and an afternoon session. And the morning is really dedicated to educating the students in, usually 3 areas, but we kind of downsized to 2 this time. We focused on banking, and we focused on, no, we did 3. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna.
We did.
We did. Banking, we did home ec, how to fix a meal on a very limited budget that was healthy, and we succeeded in that, and the kids were hands-on and got to make those things. And then the last was soft skills, how to even go in for an interview and speak well and do the right thing so that you can be successful in interviewing things. So I hope that answers that.
And you made modifications because of COVID-19.
It was much smaller. We
smaller.
just did a few students, I think it was 3. We used our resources. We used Zoom in this classroom. We used that and brought in the banker, and he was able to give a lesson of 45 minutes through Zoom. And we just kept the distances and social distancing through it all. So, and wore masks.
And the greatest need for young people at this age is, it's really kind of challenging right now, especially with the pandemic, right?
Yeah, so I would say across our programs, we're seeing just kids need connection.
I was going to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
and they're just being, we know that already, that kids need connection, and we find just in the social media age, they're more disconnected, but then add the pandemic on top of it, where they are physically separated from their peers and their classmates and their teachers, and a lot of them are just home by themselves for months at a time, and that's stressing on anyone, adults,
It is.
but particularly for teenagers. And so I think that's the biggest thing we're seeing.
And what advice do you all want to give to parents and people watching this show who might be having a hard time right now? What suggestions do you have to give them?
Mine is because connection was a big one for me too. And so I make it my daily mission to be very intentional when I meet with the kids, whether usually it's through Zoom or something, to recognize them, to acknowledge them and affirm them. And I remind them every single day, this is not forever, that this is just a moment, in time really. That's just something I've been really, and it doesn't even matter, it could be my own children, my own people. I want to take time out and focus on that person and see them as a person. Because I think that's part of the connection that's missing. They don't feel fulfilled, or they lack that personal interaction that makes them feel whole and accepted and loved,
Absolutely.
And that's what everyone is looking for.
Absolutely. I would echo what Andrew said and just also add that as much as possible for parents to do connective type things, even if it's just play games together as a family, go out in your yard and do just things that are simple things but are really meaningful and can help bridge the gaps that the kids are experiencing. So just like Andrew said, be really intentional about providing connection in your own family.
This has been a rewarding experience for you all, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, it has. The Real World was supposed to be 30 youth. That was our idea. And of course, the pandemic just really, we like she said, we brought it down to 3. But it was so satisfying to see those students just come alive in that and learn so much. It really made us excited for, hopefully next year we'll get to go back to normal or have a bigger, But even, great things are done in small numbers, Maple, and even when you have 3 kids, like we've made an impact in their life. And if you could interview them, I think they would tell you how much they enjoyed it and how much they've gotten out of the program.
And you're ready to make it even stronger next time.
Yes. I can't wait. It's going to be wonderful.
So if people watch this show and they want to get more tips or tidbits from you all, or if they want to just connect, or can they call you?
Absolutely. Just give our office a call.
Okay.
We are, we're on the county website under Youth Services, under the departments, but you can also call us at 342-5756.
You want to give that number again? 336?
342-5756.
Anything else you want to share?
I don't know. I think
You're available.
Yeah,
You're
we are.
accessible.
We're here.
we're
Yes.
here. We're
And
accepting children.
We
now.
are. We have
Yeah,
openings in
youth.
all our programs, and so a lot of folks don't know about us unless they need us. We're just letting folks know that we're here if they do.
Good. Tara Muccini, who is the director of the Rockingham County Youth Services, and Andrea Shepard, the Transitions Program Coordinator. Thanks to both of you. The information that you shared today, those are relevant points that all of us need to know as adults, especially as we all try to navigate through this pandemic. It's something we've never been through before, but as you just said, we're going to make it. This too shall pass.
That's right.
Rockingham County 411, you're in a good place.